Good. Bianca, come over here to the net. Touch it with your belly. And make 2 steps back. 1, 2. Good. From there, Bianca, I'm going to toss some balls for you just like you did earlier. I would like you to just catch them with your hand. All right? Do you think you can do that? With your hand. Just catch the ball. Good. Now, I don't expect it to stay still, all right? Feel free to move if you want to catch it, okay? So you do not stay still in tennis. Go. That's it. Keep trying, okay? We don't want to catch like, if your palm is up, you can't catch, it's going to roll. We want the palm like that, all right? So, by the way, for those who are watching, I want you to pay attention to what I'm going to explain to Bianca. Bianca, as you wait for the ball, I would like you I would like your palm to be facing forward, facing the incoming ball, and the fingers pointing up, all right? So we don't want it like that. We don't want the palm up like that because how can I say, the ball will roll. We want to catch the ball with the fingers, not straight up, not straight to the side, kind of like 45 degrees angle. So between up and to the side, that will be 45 degrees, okay? So I would like you to catch the ball like that, out in front of you, not behind you. We want to catch the ball as early as we can, all right? So fingers up and spread the fingers. Bianca, ready? Let me see that. So feel free to move. That's it. Get rid of it. You can toss it back or behind you. Move. 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 I would like to see you moving. Here, go get it. Get it. Good. Okay. So I'm trying to teach my student that in tennis we don't sit. I mean, we don't stand. We have to move. Okay. This time I'll toss it to you. Good. Here. Good. Couple more times. Very good. And catch. Good job. All right. So, Bianca, I would like you to understand that the volley is like catching the ball with your hand, but instead we have a bigger hand, which is your racket face. Next, I would like you to do the same thing. Take your racket. Take your racket from there. Come back over here. Again, about 2 steps away from the net. Come close to the net and make 2 steps. 1, 2.
Yeah, but I saw my footprints where I was.
Okay, so you have footprints over there. Bianca, here's what we do. We'll try to get used to catching the ball, having a hammer grip. Now, because if I'm going to ask my beginner student to hold the racket at the bottom, that's going to be a little bit harder for her. Therefore, slowly I want her to develop some strength in her wrist and to get used to volleying eventually with a hammer grip. So for that, Bianca, by the way, before we move on, the reason we don't use a forehand grip when we volley, first of all, like I said, if we use the forehand grip here and then a backhand, when the ball comes to the backhand, we have to change grips. So because the net, we don't have so much time to change grips, we want to use only one grip. But not only that, if we'd be using a forehand grip, you see my racket face is kind of facing forward, and the ball that comes into my strings will tend to go down. So the gravity will pull it down, and especially the racket angle will pretty much send the ball into the net. By holding the racket with a hammer grip, the racket face is going to be slightly open. Let me go ahead and show this to you and to the camera. So you see that? Okay, here's the difference, Bianca. This is my racket face with a forehand grip. You see, kind of pointing forward, and this is my racket face slightly open if I'm holding it with a hammer grip. So we want on the volley when the ball meets the racket the racket face to be slightly open, which pops the ball up a bit. Later on will help us to create slice, okay, or underspin. But don't worry about that. We'll talk about that later. So, Bianca, I would like you to hold the racket by the neck, as high as you can by the neck, as you feel comfortable. Okay, so basically is how can I say, where the handle and the neck meet. So we have a hammer grip, right? Can you get a hammer grip like this, like you pretending you're hammering a nail? Good. Now, put it to the side just like you did earlier. You remember when I asked you to catch the ball? You had your hand pointing forward. So now instead of your hand, we have your racket. So we have your racket as your hand, slightly open. The tip of your racket is not pointing, it's not pointing straight up, it's not pointing to the side, it's in between. All right, so think about like 45-degree angle.
You have a bug on your face.
I have a bug on my face where? Here?
Okay, it flew away.
Okay, thank you.
Flying on your hat now.
Okay, that's okay if it stays on my head. So we have the racket acting as our hand. You're looking at the bug, right? Good. Do we want the racket facing forward, Bianca? Let me see if you paid attention.
Yeah.
No, slightly open. You're so focused on that bug, you didn't pay attention to what I said. So we have hammer grip and the racket slightly open, okay? If we had the forehand grip, the racket should be facing forward, right? But now since we have a hammer grip, the racket is slightly open. Now from this position, Bianca, I'll toss some balls. I want you to just catch them and pop them over the net. Do you notice that I'm using the term catch and not swing? All right, so when we volley, here, Bianca, do you see the bug?
It's.
Okay, flew away. Bianca, I'll toss some balls, catch them, and see if you can pop them over the net. Very good, okay? Good. Good. So you see, I'm telling my student actually she can move. I want her to not stay still. Couple more. One more time, just catch, don't swing, don't swing. I know you can volley, but just listen to what I'm asking, okay? So I want you to act like a beginning player. Now, one thing that, let me explain this to the camera and people who are watching. One thing that people and kids and whoever learns to volley, they have a tendency to kind of flip their racket and swing down. For that, we have a great drill in a few minutes. But right now, just remind your student to open the racket and have the ball kind of pop up off of their strings.